Greetings. My name is Brother Scott, and I believe that with faith, courage, and discipline, we will prevail. All right, so today we're going to finish our series on understanding female attraction. And so for those of you that haven't watched the previous video, I talked about how our purpose as men is to pursue our calling and build our dynasty. And a dynasty, specifically talking about a dynasty is a family with businesses, assets, and knowledge that can be passed down from generation to generation. Now, if you want to start a family or you want to build a dynasty with someone, well, that means that you're going to have to understand female attraction. So you have someone to build a dynasty with. All right. And in our last video, we talked about the 4 primary attributes of attraction, what women are attracted to in a man. We said the 4 primary attributes are physical appearance, financial security, social status, and then confidence. Okay? And so we talked about physical appearance, and we talked about why, well, first we talked about why we as men, why we are attracted in certain things, physical aspects of women. And then I went and talked about why women are attracted to certain things in a man. So now that we understand why women are physically attracted to certain physical attributes, we're going to talk about financial security and why that is important and why women are attracted to that. Now, this is one of those things that this is pretty well known, right? Most people know women will gravitate to a wealthy man, but a lot of times we don't really understand why. Oftentimes we just kind of point it to, gold diggers, they just want to take half of my money and screw me over in court. Yes, those things do happen, but I'm going to explain it to you from a foundational level, okay? Here we go. Okay, so this is going to be a pretty short video because it's pretty understood, but again, I want to lay down the foundation for why this is, why they're attracted to financial security. All right, here we go. Women are attracted to men that can afford a high quality lifestyle with conditions that are ideal for child rearing. Okay? Our female ancestors desired a man who had the ability to acquire resources to sustain child rearing. Let me continue. Now, modern women can provide financial security for themselves. All right? They are not dependent on men for resources. However, when women are ready to be in a relationship or a committed relationship, they want a man who can provide equal or better financial security than they can. And let me just continue. Material possessions can be an indicator. Oh, actually, we'll stop right there. All right, so back in the days of old, before civilization, we didn't have money, right? Before 12,000 BCE, right? 10,000 BCE, right? Before that, 12,000 years ago, we didn't have this concept of money as we know it today. Okay? We were hunters and gatherers, hunters and foragers. But what you could equate to financial security back then was your hunting ability, your ability to obtain resources, how well you contributed to the community, how well you contributed to those band of people that you're a part of. That would have been a financial security back then. If you're like the best hunter and you were dependent upon every time you guys went on a raid or you guys went on some type of hunting expedition, that was your financial security. You understand? And so that same mindset has carried over into modern society today. And so I told you, women can provide for themselves. They don't need no man to go be the breadwinner. Not in today's society, right? Women can go and get their own bread, get their own money. But if you ever notice, ideally, they want to be with someone that makes just as much, if not more, than what you make or than what they make. We understand. Now we're going to let's continue. All right. Material possessions can be an indicator of a man's wealth. However, some men have learned to deceive women by acquiring assets they truly can't afford, like luxury cars. Maybe they go rent a luxury car. They got fake jewelry, name brand clothes, etc., etc. So some men are aware. They understand this. They understand women want a guy with financial security. So they'll rent a car. They'll get some fake ass golds in their mouth. They'll get some fake ass necklace or chain, and they'll spend ridiculous amounts of money on name brand clothes that they really can't afford in order to display financial security. All right. Now, and that's exactly what it is. It's displaying it, not actually having it. All right. Don't be the guy that is faking financial security. Be the guy that has it, that actually has it. You understand? And so, with that being said, listen, you don't need to have $1 billion to attract a woman. You don't need $1 million. Okay? Well, it depends. All right. Well, it depends on the woman. Okay? It depends on the woman. But financial security plays a role when it comes to what women are attracted to. You need to understand that. And that's why. You need to understand why that is. It's not just, I want a partner where I can just take all his money, or I want a partner so I don't have to work no more. There's a biological, anthropological reason why. You understand? Because guys get so quick to, call a woman a gold digger or call them a, she's just gonna marry you for a little bit and take half. That does happen. It does. But there's a biological reason. And I'm gonna say this. In my last video, I talked about why men are attracted to certain physical attributes in a woman. And it is because we are attracted to indicators of health and fertility, so that way we put our child, our potential child, in the best position to come out healthy. This is a biological reason. Now, if a guy prefers a conventionally attractive woman over a unattractive woman, well, guess what? That guy doesn't want to be shamed because he likes his pretty woman over this not so pretty woman, right? And let's flip this. All right, let's say I'm a woman, and let's say I know this dude that likes the more attractive woman over me, the unattractive woman, right? How fair? It's messed up for me to say, you're a very shallow guy because you like her over me. It's because she got a big old booty, or she got, firm breasts, or she got longer hair, or whatever the case may be. This stuff is rooted in biology. So for you to turn around and say, she's just a gold digger, with no proof, with no type of history of being a gold digger, it's unfair to a woman. To get mad or to try to call them something they're not just because they're attracted to a man with some bread, with some money. We understand. So let's go deeper into that, all right? About the gold diggers. So gold diggers actually do exist. So watch out for the gold diggers who only want to use you exclusively, right? Exclusively for financial benefit. Okay? It's okay for her, like I was saying before, it's okay for her to want a partner who has wealth. Okay? There's nothing controversial about that. However, it is not okay if that's the only thing that she wants. Don't set yourself up to be used for financial gain. We understand. So the biggest thing you need to understand is, yes, women are attracted to guys who have money, who have wealth, who have financial security. But it's not always about, her being a gold digger. This is a biological thing, right? It makes sense. If, again, going back in the days of old, before civilization, even though they didn't have money, they wanted to make sure that you contributed to the band, contributed to the community as far as gathering resources, whether it was hunting or foraging. You understand? And if you weren't doing that, then that's a risk that she's taking. And she has a child with you. You understand? So that's that. That's the financial security aspect of what women are attracted to. Okay? So we discuss physical appearance. We discuss financial security today. And in our next video, we're going to talk about social status, right? And why that's a bit more important than physical appearance or financial security, right? A lot of the confusion that you have about what women are attracted to is going to make a lot of sense when you watch these videos, right? In succession, right? Because a lot of guys get caught up on the physical appearance. And then they also get caught up on the financial security. And so you may have a guy who goes to the gym, who works out 6 foot tall or whatever, and then he may have some bread too. But he still may be losing out to guys who have more social status or more confidence. And that may be confusing. Like, what? That doesn't make sense. I got more money. I look better than this guy. Why is she going after him? Why can't I attract a partner that I want to have? Why is Pookie and Ray Ray taking all the good? Like, why don't I have options? Right? A lot of guys get frustrated with that. And I've helped so many guys understand this and set them up for success. So as they, when they're ready to get that partner, to build a dynasty with, they understand, why women are or aren't attracted to them. Okay? All right. Now, if you haven't already, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and donate. And always remember, with faith, courage, and discipline, we will prevail.